Hey guys, welcome back to 8 Point Horsemanship. Sorry, I gotta turn on my volume. Oh, I'm taking pictures. Oh, you gonna lick me? Hi, baby. So, today's day 3, and we're just gonna be teaching the lunge on the halter and lead line. Last night I did some basics with him, just so that today he would have a better understanding of what I'm asking for him. So what I'll do is I'll stand beside him or out as far as I can with my arm out, cluck for him to go, and spank the whip behind him if he If he doesn't go, then I'll spank a little louder. If he doesn't go after that, then I'll just kind of fling it and not hit him hard. Just fling it to where it touches him. And if he doesn't go off that, then I'll just slowly start adding a little bit more pressure until he goes. Last night he went pretty good, but I think after working with him last night, I think he was beaten more on his right side, because on the left side he's really, really good. But when you're lunging him on the right side, he's got his entire body arched with his nose out and his eye on you. So that kind of makes me think that, hey Betty, that kind of makes me think he was beaten more on that side. Yeah. He's so sweet. As soon as he sees me come out, he's right at the gate. And if I come in here, he follows me everywhere without a halter and lead line. He's such a good horse. And we found his itchy spot too, which makes us good friends. Let's see if I can get you guys to see what he does. Oh. And if I hit the spot just right, he'll start rocking his body like that and spreading out his legs. He's so goofy. So we're gonna just get right into it. So, yeah. God, I cannot get over this horse. Come on. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is desensitize him with the whip, since he has been beaten with it. We did a little bit of that last night, and he kind of gave me rope burn and dragged the lead rope out of my hand. That's why you want to keep them in an area where if they get loose, it's not a big deal. And then the other thing is, I like to start them on their good sides. It's okay, just an airplane. I like to start them on their good sides just so that they kind of understand what I'm asking. You start them on the bad side, it's already their bad side. They're not going to be paying attention as much because it's not their good side. So, yeah, let's get started. There you go, boy. I let him smell it. Stand. I'd like him to stand still. He's obviously not going to right away. He's a little out of frame, but he's standing still. Flog him with the rope, or the whip. Good boy, it's okay. You do want him to back up a little more. There. Once he lifts and chews, I'll bring him back forward. So what I'll do is I'll let them move their feet for a little bit, but eventually, a lot of people just follow them. To me, that kind of teaches the horse that if they move, you're going to follow them. So after, like what he just did, moving around, I won't put up with anymore, and I'll start making him back up until he stands. You don't want him on top of me. That was better. So I'm going to do less. Right now with him, less is more because he has been beaten. Just rub on him. Touch him under the stomach with this. where the cinch will go on the plank, down and above the butt, and we will change sides. Oh. Oh. Thank you. I'm going to flog him first because this is his bad side. Let him know it's okay. Now I'm going to slowly start to increase. Oops, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. There, good boy. Go back and flog him again. Good boy. Big deep breath and a lick and chew. Good boy. Okay. Touch down his butt. Look under his stomach. Just stop flicking his tail, so I'm going to stop. Grab his flank. Grab under where the cinch will go. Flog him. And now I'll give him a break and take a couple steps forward. And now I will do in front of his face. I'm not going to ask for a lot right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can tell he's head shy, but he's not that head shy. Okay. When it touches his ears and stuff, I'm not meaning to do that. I need to work on my aim a little bit. And now I'll do a circle above his head. And crack it. You did good. Go on this side. Oh boy. So I'm not left-handed, so that's why it's a little shittier on the left. So, let him just kind of breathe and think about that for a second. Give him some scratchies. Some pats. Let him think for a minute. Yes, Boog. Hello. Yeah. And we're going to get to work now. Just give him a small little break. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, so we're going to start the lunging now. I didn't ask you forward. Thank you. The only reason I don't really want him on top of me is a couple of him, times the first day he spooked, he jumps really big. Rose will kind of jump flat out, and what I mean by flat out is she just spreads her legs. Skylar just kind of goes like that and goes to the side. He does a big jump, so if something happens to spook him, I mean, it could be anything. We got the pool noodles, we have a sign, we have tarps over here. Anything can spook him right now. I'd like him from a little bit of a bigger distance, just so if he jumps, he's not directly on top of me. He hasn't figured out when you're spooked, you need to go sideways yet. Again, start off on the good side. I'm going to point this, straight around, and I'll just give him a little pat. Barely touching him. Good boy. Whoa. Good boy. I do like to stop him a lot in the beginning because he doesn't understand what whoa means quite yet. So, for this side, we'll bring him in. Okay, if we take a step, so release. Give him some reassurance. It's alright. It's okay. And now we're going to go on his bad side. on this side, I'm going to stop, even though it's not what I'm asking. Not even sure if you guys could hear me, sorry. On the right side, I'm going to just reward any kind of movement as long as it's forward. Just so he gets the point better, because you can see on his right side he's a little more sensitive. On the left side, I kind of just flung the rope and it touched his butt and he went off. And this side, the right side, I'm tapping, 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 adding more pressure, adding more pressure, adding more pressure, and he's still not going. And then when he goes, he kind of freaks out. So on the right side, I'm just going to reward at the moment, just like I did last night, any kind of forward movement. And what are you doing? So I'm going to get closer to where you guys can see. You can see he kind of bowed out his body, and what are you doing on that side, you know? So it's just going to be a process. This is day 3, and he's doing way better than the girls were on day 3. Okay, so I'm going to point, spank. I don't want backward movement. I want forward. There. Good boy. Okay. Whoa. 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 Good boy. Whoa. Good boy. So if I tell him whoa and pull, back up. I said whoa. If I pull, back up, whoa. If I pull on that rope and give tightness and say whoa, and he keeps going and bowing out his neck and kind of dragging me around, then I'm going to start backing him up real quick and then pull him up and say whoa. He's got to figure out what that means. On the lead, going loose, it took him about 15 minutes to figure out whoa last night. And I came out after I filmed that video, and it had rained and it stopped. And I came out and just practiced whoa with him, and he understood it perfectly. So we're working on it. Day 3. He's doing really good. So we're going to try that again, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. That was good. See how I'm hitting by his shoulder? And he's not moving. I'm getting louder with that whip. He's not moving, so I'm going to give him a little flick. I'm going to start getting a little harder. There. It's okay. I don't want you dragging me. I don't want you dragging. Come on. There. I'm going to let him have the line. I know you guys can't see him right now. Alright. Whoa. Good boy. So right there, I was asking him to leave. When you guys couldn't see him, he wouldn't leave. So I gave him a tap up here on the neck with the rip. You notice I'm not whacking the fuck out of him. It's okay. Whacking the hell out of him. I'm slowly increasing the pressure with the whip when I touch him with it, whacking with it, whatever you guys want to call it, so that he's understanding, okay, it's easier to move off the pressure from the point in the kiss and whacking the ground than it is it touching my body. So right there he wouldn't move, and he was getting closer and closer to me, and he has a habit of doing it on that side. If you guys can tell the difference between how he acts to the right and how he acts to the left, I severely think he was beaten more on the right side. So I'm not beating on him, I'm not hurting him, you know, there's no marks on him, there's no skin missing, there's no cuts. He's not squealing or kicking out when I'm hitting him, so I know I'm not hitting him too hard. And what are you doing playing with my fingers? So now that you guys, I've explained what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and explained a couple more things, I'm just going to do a couple circles each way. I'm going to go back on his good side now since we got almost a full circle, even though we stopped once or twice and fought a little bit. Not really fought, but he just touched me with his tongue while he yawned. So we're going to just do a couple circles on the good side and then go back to the left side. Good boy. And we might just end it at that. I don't know, I might take off the halter and lead line and watch you guys just watch him run. I love his trot. Every time he yawns, he goes, and he keeps touching my hands with his tongue. All right. Come on. He follows very good. So I'm gonna, now you guys can see what I'm doing. Shorten up my line just a little bit. There, see this side, he's understanding. Very good boy. Whoa. Right there, he turned in and faced me, so I gave him the opportunity and said whoa, and he took it. I'm going to do one more circle on this side, and then we'll try it on the other side. That time I just lifted the whip like that. Didn't even have to sink it down. Oh boy. Let's see his trot. Whoa. Very good boy. I'll give him some scratches. That's a good boy. Now we'll go on the left side. Didn't ask you to move. Good boy. Okay. Now this side. I'm going to try and get by his shoulder if he'll let me. That was better. But if you watch how he acts, I'm not increasing pressure. I'm not doing anything for him to speed up. And it's the way he runs around that makes me think he's beaten on this side. Whoa. Whoa. Good boy, licking and chewing and a cocked leg. So right there, I don't know if you guys could see, he licked and chewed and cocked his leg. You could tell already that was much better. This guy is going to be a quick learner. It's day 3, and on day 3 with the girls, I was still trying to get close enough to touch him. They had halters and lead lines on him, and every time he picked up the lead line, they'd freak out. I'm surprised how far he's come in 3 days. There's some horses you can push like that, and they just accept it, and they like to be around you, or I don't know how to explain it. They trust you more than the other people they were with. Yes, I'm going to leave it on your nose for a minute. You're a goof. And then there's some horses that if you push them, like the things I've done with him, a lot of horses wouldn't put up with on the first 3 days. So I'm just going to push him around freely. And I got him to face up and come into me yesterday and follow me around. I'm going to see if I can't get him to do that. So, let's do this, Boog. So he walked off without me that way, so I'm going to make him go that way. Thought he was pacing and he wasn't. You want to smell your halter? What a good boy. What a good boy. Good for Apollo. And he does. So I want to end day 3 on a good note. I'd like to practice more lunging with him, but I want to end it on a good note. It's going to freaking rain again. We get all this heat and then we get a ton of rain. So, yeah. Maybe. Sorry for all my talking. I just feel like if I don't explain it, some people who don't, know horses as much or be around horses as much might not understand what I'm doing. If I'm talking too much and explaining too much, let me know. And I know certain things come out wrong. It's like I said in the last video, I think about how I'm going to execute how to say it, and then it comes out, it does not make any sense. What are you doing? Hey, no. That's one thing we don't allow with him is nipping. I was giving him back scratches last night, and I think he was going to scratch me back. Rose scratches me back with her lip. He kind of opened his mouth like that and went for my back with his ears pinned. But he was enjoying the scratches. Like as you guys seen earlier, he had his lip out and he was rocking. And he was enjoying it, and I think he was just trying to scratch me back. I'm okay with them scratching me back with their lip, but coming at me mouth open, ears back, not happening. So as you see, it didn't take much to get him off. I just kind of went like that. Now he's, what are you doing? What are you doing? You guys can't see his face. He's so sweet and so lovable. It's like everybody beats on the sweet horses. I can understand if they're rearing up at you and charging you with their ears pinned and you're waving the whip or the rope in their face and they're not backing off. It's okay. Does that bother you? There, oh boy. And they're not backing off, maybe tapping him on the nose or on the cheek or on the back of the ear. But he doesn't do any of that. He's a little pushy, but he's not too pushy. He's getting his chin scratched. Let's see, what else can we do? Hi. I know what we can do. So he's wanting to play. I think I'm going to open the big field and you guys can watch him run around freely out in the big field. See if he'll follow me through the pool noodles again with nothing on. Smart ass has figured out how to go down and around the pool noodles. So, come on, Stinker. He just wants to run. Normally I wouldn't do this with the new horse because they're paying to catch, but he's he's pretty easy to catch. You just grab some alfalfa or some grain and he's right there, and that's how the owners want him anyways. They want him to come to food. So I'm going to work on charging gates right now. Ooh, there's some thunder. See, thunder spooked him. So we're not going to let him run long. Just because I don't feel like staying out here in the rain. If you guys can see the clouds. One thing I do have to be careful with is he's testing the fence and we don't have it plugged in right now because it's summertime and there's no horses in here because this is all weeds. So this is just his little run area. He gets out once a day, we're going to try and do. And I might try and film it. It's kind of interesting. Yesterday he just ran. Today he kind of wants the weeds. I don't know why. Look at that trot. I have to be careful with him over there because there's just wires. That's not where I want him to go. Hey, Boog, no. Come on. The reason we don't want him going there is it's just a wire and it's not plugged in. If it was plugged in, probably wouldn't care. But we don't want him thinking he can go through the fence. So yeah. You guys, if you've been here since my first couple videos, you'll recognize this pasture as the girls and Buster's pasture. So he's not really wanting to run, he's wanting to eat the weeds. So I'm just going to cut the video because it's starting to sprinkle. It's starting to sprinkle and I don't really want him eating weeds. You don't need to eat that crap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Sorry for all the talking. But man, tomorrow's weather will depend on a video. So hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 4. Bye guys.